Today we'd like to talk about a player whose eccentricities knew no bounds.
No bounds.
No bounds. Hall of Fame pitcher, Rube Waddell.
So this guy played about 100 years ago, and he might be one of the nuttiest players ever to play. When he used to pitch and he saw a fire truck drive by, he would actually stop pitching and go chase the fire truck.
Like a dog.
like a dog, right? And that's funny.
Except he was a pitcher.
But he loved dogs too.
The man would just stop pitching in the middle of a game and go pet a puppy in the stands.
And then during the off season, this is the crazy one.
This is the crazy one. So he would go missing for 2 to 3 months at a time. And as the star pitcher of a professional baseball team, I'm sure, as one would, the owner of the team would want to know where he was, and they couldn't track him down. And when he would get back for the beginning of spring training, they found out that the man was wrestling alligators in the circus, which, as one does.
It's a good thing he never lost an arm, right?
If you haven't had the pleasure of hearing about the Mad Hungarian Al Hrabosky, allow us to enlighten you.
He's one of the craziest characters ever in Major League Baseball. I love this guy, dude. He has a big Fu Manchu mustache, long hair, he plays the part. His pre-pitch routine was insane. He used to have his back to every batter. He used to scream stuff.
It was almost as if he was about to step into the cage in a UFC fight rather than pitch a baseball game.
I mean, he could have been a pro wrestler. He would slam the ball in his glove, and he pitched that way too. He'd throw at batters all the time. If he got his hands on the batter's bat, he'd throw it back at the batter.
The man was a showman with a screw loose.
My favorite clip of him, though, is when him and an umpire got in a duel about which ball he was going to pitch with, and they threw about 20 balls back and forth. You guys got to check out this clip. It's awesome.
So let's talk about one of the most infamous no-hitters in Major League Baseball history. The no-hitter thrown by the LSD stimulant-taking Doc Ellis.
So Doc Ellis was pitching for the Pittsburgh Pirates back then. He was kind of famous for being a little bit loose and free with his lifestyle. They come to San Diego. He meets up with one of his girlfriends.
Under the impression that he had an off day the next day before he pitched.
And I think he did.
No. He had an off day.
He had an off day.
The only problem was he slept through the off day, woke up on the day he pitched, and said, "Where the hell did my off day go?"
And he took so much LSD, just lost a day. So he shows up to the park. He's still tripping balls, and he has to pitch.
Yes, with the help of some greenies along the way. And as a result, through, I believe, the only LSD stimulant-induced no-hitter in the history of Major League Baseball.
He walked about 16 batters. He said he could only tell if the batters were on the left or right side, and it helped immensely that the catcher wore tape on his fingers so he could make out the signs.
I think it was one of those hit the one in the middle situations.
He threw a no-no in one of the most iconic drug-induced games ever in Major League Baseball. When you think about baseball being fun again, you really got to talk about the bat flip.
Baseball being fun again, a rather novel concept for baseball traditionalists.
Bat flips have been around forever, but they were kind of frowned upon, and they weren't very dramatic. They were just little flips. There's old flips of Mantle, like just throwing his bat as he's running to first.
As one does.
Yeah, but I wouldn't even call that a bat flip.
Was it? I think it's just called putting down your bat.
It was very respectable, right? But do you know where the first bat flip really came from?
Do tell.
So, in 1987, like the first bat flip that bridges the gap to what a bat flip is now, happened when a guy named Tom Lawless, who hit one home run that whole season, crushed a ball off Frank Viola.
Tom Lawless, that's the name for the first bat flip. That is a perfect name for that.
And dude, the guy just walked to first base, and about 60 feet down the line,
it was an epic throw.
He chucks the bat. And it was awesome. It was beautiful.
And that's the birth of the epic bat flip.
That is.